galaxy of heroes, where legends come to play. There's a streamer named Calvin, who brightens up the day. With a mind as sharp as a lightsaber's gleam, he strategizes fiercely in every battle scene. Calvin, awesome, mastermind supreme. In the world of swiggo, he reigns supreme. With tactics bold and strategies tight, he conquers every challenge day and night. But amidst the battles and the grand Star Wars war, there's a soft spot in his heart for something more. It's the Gungans of Naboo that steal his affection, especially Jar Jar Binks, his greatest obsession.
And we're back for another GAC on this beautiful, wonderful Memorial Day weekend, where I didn't party hard yesterday. How's everyone doing? Doing good? Spider-Man MP, Prime, Lord Megatron, Alois. A pretty good crowd in Twitch already. What's up, Cody? Happy Memorial Day weekend to you too. What's up, Mac, Ronnie, Dirk, Delman? Yeah, today's GAC I think is gonna be pretty exciting. I changed up my defense, and my opponent put down some weird, well, not some weird teams, but well, I mean, some of them are kind of weird. It's interesting to say the least. I also haven't really played this game in the last 24 hours, so got some stuff I need to catch up on. Robert, Portuguese to you as well. Such is tradition. Nice. Trying for 2-1 this round, same. Our opponent last match beat us pretty good. Nice, Lord Megatron. Yes, my role in Andor is very important. Did you like it when I was eating cereal with my mother? Yeah, try to recreate that, except my mother does not live close by. Shout with glee. Portuguese. I like Portuguese more. What do we... Oh, yeah, I was testing this on Arena. Yeah, so I got the Datacron that works pretty well for this, and I've been able to get this to work a few times. There's some times where I just get completely blown up, though. Yeah, let's just do that there. Wow, that did nothing. Basic from our turn meter. It's gonna be stuck behind Riva until now. Let's get rid of Disguise Clone. What's up, John? Yeah, I'm probably going over to some friend's house tomorrow, Robert. Thanks for asking. Yeah, let's just do that. Yep. Probably right into Lord Vader now. Wow, we hit Revo. That was dumb. I'm doing pretty good, MP. A little bit tired, but I'm good. Oh, nice. Got through proving grounds with Jabba. Takes about forever, but it should work. Alright, go beat up Lord Vader now. What's up, baby skin? How you doing? Ooh, from Germany. Hello there, Bubba. My goodness. Riva's super annoying. Gonna get in the way all 3 times. Full auto? I probably could. Especially because it's squad arena, so it doesn't actually matter. What's up, HK? Well, maybe full auto was a bad idea. Yeah, close enough. What's up, Avatar? This kind of probably wouldn't work in GAC then. If I have this Datacron that I have right now, it should. The main thing that's holding it back right now is CG's fix to Scorch. But I don't have the Datacron that I'm using in it really elevates the turn meter. I was not able to get this to work until I got this. So this is Mon Mothma gives another 25% turn meter on her basic, 10% turn meter when rival fighter allies grant a buff to another ally. So these 2 things are really what's helping push that. I couldn't get it to work without it. I'm probably gonna use it today, Robert. I used it the first match, and someone put down the exact same team that I already beat with it, and it's not stupid relic levels either. So I'll probably use that again. But yeah, so we did lose last match. Not too egregiously. I mean, we dropped 2 battles and then we lost by 40-ish. He one-shot everything, but we bled banners just as much as he did. We just didn't lose, so that kind of sucks for us. But he's a cool guy. Now we're up against Evo, which is exciting for us. Ooh. And his roster's pretty big as well. He doesn't have Scourge, but it looks like he's very close to getting him. So if we look at his clone troopers, I do think he has Lord Vader with the 2 clones. So he's got CX2 and he's got Oppo. So this is still problematic, but not as bad as it would be if he had all 4. That's pretty much the only difference in our rosters. I think Datacron's... I guess he is ahead of us there, but that's fine. So defensively, he put down this really fun Seer team, which is really interesting. I think C might still beat it. Starkiller is honestly a bit useless here. Malicos and Maul will do a lot of gross things. What's good, Calvin? Not much Eskimo. Well, a little bit, I guess. It's got Afro, which I did specifically take off Gungans from defense, so we're definitely going to try this. I've heard this works. I've not actually seen anything, and since we're 1 week into this being visible, yeah. I guess these teams are kind of standard. What's up, Sikon? Shoot the Bane. Got Trey on defense. This is the third time we have seen Trey on defense. I'm starting to think this is like cool now. It used to be like a thing we did. Now it seems like everyone's doing it. Gas again. I'd eat spanners. Typically just get, I typically just drop C on it, but that's fine. Okay, let's, do we want to start one that I know that'll work? I don't really know if I want to do Bane right away. So I actually have two options versus this. I have gas on offense now. So that means I can either use Great Mothers or gas. I'm trying to remember this specific, I think the specific combo we looked at, this really messes with Marin Rat. I might use gas. Or not Marin, Morgan. I've actually not done this. I also don't really have a proper 501st song. I have an old one, but... Does this work? Typically, yeah. I'm not done it myself, but... The win rates on this were always really good. Oh. Why is that connected? Okay. That's good. What's up, Wild? Morning to you. So we do Queen Amidala. What I'm going to look for first is, I'm pretty sure this comp messes with Great Mothers. Yeah, this specific, I think Confusion on What's Her Face kind of craps on it. Starting already. Ooh. Is that after FTC one of those fun comps you're looking forward to dealing with? Yeah. We got beat by it last time, but I brought Gungans this time, so. Should have a better time. What do you use on Race on a Bearspin Exile? Leia. Anderson to the Bane. So, I'm gonna pivot to gas. And gas with Krex, I mean, this is like a 98% win rate. Granted, I mean, they have Cam instead of Grandmaster Yoda there, but still. So Rex, Fives, Echo. So we leave Arc on the bench. I do have Krex on me, yeah. Sou atrasado? Não, não tá atrasado não. A gente nem começou direito. That's a great question, Mary. I would want to say it doesn't really change it in a meaningful way. It is nice to have though, but I can't like show you. Yeah, this specific counter with CLS will go up 20% if you just have that. Like I can't tell you. Minimize use of form up. Okay. What would you use versus Phoenix with a level 15 Kron Calvin? Probably nothing. I feel like everyone where I'm at is using Phoenix Kron on other things. Yeah, it's good. It's good, Mary. It's just not like game changing. All right, is this Echo? No, it's Arc. DBB. Oh. Okay, so light side. I feel like a lot of these current ones do really well. Gosh, I need to up my cron game for these green guys. I mean, this is probably fine. All right. So we're gonna have to. I do have an old. It's actually a Portuguese song, so that's kind of cool for Robert Anderson and Sikon. I've not used it in a while though. Where is it? I don't even know where it is. Oh, here it is. All right, I don't really know what I'm doing, but this should be fine. Just don't get feraled. Sure. They're not doing much damage. No, we just formed up. Yeah, they are not really getting anywhere now, are they? I mean, my gas is at full protection. Alright, well, there goes what's-his-face. So I can't get wrecked by an AoE now, because they don't have said AoE. Alright, let's do that over there. Like, the Krex recovery is insane. No, can't hit us pretty hard. Sure. Yeah, honestly, the fact that we killed POW as early as we did means we're pretty confidently not getting feraled here. In fact, this is probably going to be good banners, which is so weird. Get 3PO. Yeah, that's pretty, it's pretty nuts. Master Qui-Gon doing the most. I mean, I guess he got a banner. Yeah, I knew that counter, I mean, I guess she didn't have all the Omicrons. But that's pretty gross. I've gotten feraled before. So I got feraled before when I didn't have Krex. They sat me down perfectly, and then POW used his AoE and killed all my clones. It was awful. Like, I feel like if you can avoid that, then the counter just goes. But all right, so that was good. I say we try Gungans here. I am not familiar with this counter, but you don't see people fitting so few GLs. GLs are like not the teams anymore, though. Like, I mean, I would rather fight 4 GLs than this Afra team. Not 4 GLs in total. Like I would rather fight JML than this. I would rather fight C than this. I'd probably not SLKR. I'd rather fight Jot. Like there's so many more teams that I would rather fight than some of these non-GL teams. Okay, maybe not some of these. All right, armor pen. All right, again, no idea if this works. I'm guessing. All right, so we have a few of these. Let's do this one. All right, Gungans, don't fail me now. I still don't think this team has a cleanse, does it? I almost do. Oh, they do have, yeah. Let's just see if we can get shock and remove that. Nope. I need to get that shock to stick if it can. All right, good. All right, time to blow them up. Yeah, my Gungans are kind of cracked, but this looks pretty good. Especially because of the no revive. Boomadeer. Yeah, so she was only able to revive some of them. Because the ones that got killed by attackers got perma-killed. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good for Gungans. All right, die. Man, I hate how tanky she is with this Kron. Or maybe she's just always this tanky. I don't know. 65. Good job, Gungans. See you later, Savitar. That's what it is, Jab. You're right. Yeah, because the Kron adds what? The Kron just adds 180% potency. So even though she's not getting a ton of survivability from the Kron, she is. At the start of average turn, she gain defense off. Yeah, it's defense. All right, this is a good start. I'm thinking maybe just don't overthink it and use Leia here. He's got Ahsoka somewhere. We won't need Leia because it doesn't have Ezra in it, which he probably does. That's fine. We can just beat it with 1 second with JMK. It's fine. All right, that's good. No Ezra. Oh, I could use great. That's a good call out, Mary. Or it's Mary J. I called them Mary again. Because we have great mothers because we use gas versus Queen O'Donnell. Man, it wasn't even intentional that time. It just happened. All right, what am I doing? Oh, I have a very specific cron for this. Critical damage, turn meter. All right. So let's even get the stun on Buddy Boy over there. Nope. Alright, I almost don't want to crit him. Ha, it worked. Okay. Alright. Yeet. Yeet. What's up, Lord Vader? How you doing? No sweater? No, it's kind of hot for sweaters right now. It's kind of dumb to do since it could be crit. Although I guess we did drop his turn meter. Oh, she has offense up? I didn't sign up for this. Yikes. Get rid of that. Ugh. I don't know if I've ever actually seen offense up Ray ult. That sounds diabolical. Alright, maybe I should be trying to... Not sure. Yeesh. I should have stunned someone. Alright, there goes GK. Gosh, we still can't kill anyone. Sure. Can we just get rid of that? Nice. Alright, burn, baby, burn. Oh, Jin with the kill. That's fun. Damage immunity is fun. Sure. Nice, 64. Alright, that was good. What's up, Dean? How you doing? Ale ficou reduzida a derrubar o time que estiver basicamente, Anderson. Eu não gosto da palavra reduzida, mas qual, independente de qual time que seja, o que tiver Ezra, ela vai coisar. What's up, Zach? Could be better. Oh, that's not good. My opponent has Drogon on a Saw team and Leia without Drogon, both on defense. I mean, if you're gonna do that, I guess do it on defense. I'd say yeah, Farrell. Alright, so I don't really know what I'm doing here. I do have a lot of good teams. Why does no one bring her on offense? Because she's a good defense team? probably why. Also, that kind of scares me. Yeah. I mean, 50% counters aren't typically my favorite, but if you can get it, if you've been getting it to work, that's good. Was there a specific datacron? Nope, just in general. Yeah, that would scare me. Sidcron, or is there a cleanse? Oh, I don't think there is a cleanse. They don't have Cal on that team. I don't think there's a cleanse, Feral. 50%, yeah. Which is pretty bad. Our meat, what's your ally code? Yep. Sometimes I like to look at the ally codes for this, and you can kind of get a general feel of why it's working for some and not for others. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, it's not even registering as you've ever done it on .gg. That's weird. Yeah, I'm not. According to .gg, it's assuming this is you. Elite. Belteat. It's not been done in GAC with Ezra Omicrons, which is probably a big deal. Yeah, Ezra's Omicrons are the really big deal, so that's probably most of it. Anyways, all right, we have to figure this out somehow. Maul's a dirty boy. Oh, we're still on the Leia song. Yikes. Sith Empire? I would not be super opposed to using Sith Empire here. They honestly really don't have a strict team that they're tied to. Risk it with Bane or low Bane or C. Honestly, that's fine. Yeah, so C what it looks like according to .gg. C would have to be really low banners. He's only really winning with full teams. Go for it, mate. I'll take a look at it. Trey doesn't work well. Kind of a nasty. Yeah. What does Bane get eaten? Yeah, that sucks. This is, guys, you know you're in trouble when Bane isn't the answer. Yikes. So JMK works well. The only issue with JMK is then I don't think we have a counter for Jabba if we do see him. Night Sisters? Which ones? We genuinely, Mary J, we might need Night Sisters for Afra. Sorry, not Afra, Ahsoka, like you said before. So Afra's on defense. Oh yeah, my Night Sisters. I'm not really comfortable with them in 5s versus Jabba. I'll check it out, Army. Yeah, it's 3 Omicron too. Yeah, so it's just a non-Datacron, which I'm guessing. Did you take a Datacron against it? That's pretty good though. GK's a pain in the butt there. Also, let the record show that our meat did do the battle he said he did, so just in case that was in question. Okay, I think I'm using JMK. And then we'll just figure out Jabba. Because everything else kind of seems like it sucks. Again, so C does look like he works. He just works for 53 banners. Gosh, this team is nasty. Oh, Leia works too, surprise. Alright. Hopefully we're not screwed if we take Mace instead of GK. Ah, it looks like it works fine. Malgus win rates didn't look great, although they did look like they worked. I don't know, crit damage. Wow, I have no crons with resistance pen. That's interesting. What about health? Honestly, I think I'll take this one. All right. So we remove the taunt. Oh gosh. Yeah, goodbye. No Maul. Alright, get rid of the guy with the whatchamacallit, the savior mechanic. Alright. Mace really doesn't like Star Killer, which is fine. Got some rocks. Alright, ult. Oh, she got that already. This team is tankier than I thought it would be. Alright, dead. Oh, okay, well, apparently Malicos was the tanky one, because Starkiller ate it real quick there. Man, Sierra's still holding under crit immunity. She hasn't taken enough turns. Alright, die. Nice. Alright, that's a pretty good, depending on what he is in the back, that's a pretty good banners for bottom wall. 508. That's what, average of 64? What's he got in the back? Wow, so just no Jabba. No Jabba. Okay, I think we probably got a pretty good shot here. So we have JML for this. We have Great Mothers for this, and we have Bane for this. It's pretty good. I've never done the Great Mothers thing, but it probably works. I did just put the Omicron on Morgan. Yeah. Is it fully worth placing Starkiller Malicos? I no. I don't like Starkiller going with Malicos in 5s. Starkiller, he just becomes an AoE dispel. It's much better. It's much better in 3s where Starkiller Unique still gets to do stuff. Starkiller can ult, but it's whatever. Yeah, Bane will cook SLK. I'm not too concerned about that. I also have Seer Molikos, so kind of fun. Here's as to why Ninth Sister and not Royal Guard. All right, let's just do Bane. Let's rip that Band-Aid off. Yeah, I'm not really interested in using anything else. Because she's Ufu and he gets ultimate faster. Who? Oh. Yeah, but you can kill her so much faster. Alright, we're never using this with Afra, so we can just use this here. It's probably overkill. I guess I could use this one too. Alright, Bane, go beat up SLKR. That's fine. I don't like speed down, that sucks. Ooh. Alright, well, he hasn't taken my mastery yet, so that's good. Oh, Tank Revive, honestly, is doing me really dirty here. Oh, okay. Okay, I mean, that's fine. R5 Faust just tanking it out, I guess. That was weird. Yeah, that was really weird. I think so, Josh. That's an R9 SLKR died before R5 Faust. That's weird. Okay. Gosh, the Band-Aid that I don't want to pull off that we're gonna have to is gonna be JML versus this. I wonder how much Piet's gonna ruin my day there. Yeah, I'll see. How is his SLKR modded? Ooh, offense. Yeah, I mean... Thanks, Luca. What's that, Farrell? Never doubt the Faust. Okay, do we just throw Sidious here to have some fun? That would mean I can use my new Sidious song, which I have not gotten to use. Hey, Tim. Where is it? Sidious versus Great Mothers. Does it work versus Great Mothers with Marin that cleanses everything? I think I'm okay using it on the other team. All right, go beat him up, Sidious. Or they just dies. That's great too. Wow. What in the world did the last one have that just... So we did this in the first match, and like it never got close. And the relic levels weren't any different. It was the exact same team. I guess, oh, I had Rosen instead of who? You'd think that would make it better, though. I mean, he didn't get wrecked last time. Yeah, I mean, the team doesn't have Omnis. Apparently, Resistance Hero Finn just or Resistance Hero Poe just does it. Yeah, it must be Hero Poe that did it. Wow, you wouldn't think that he would have a crucial role. Well, that sucks. I was gonna say, that was not nearly as close when we did it the other round. What's the tenacity on the Kron? Nothing. What's up, Bane? That sucks. I figured that was just gonna be a slam dunk. But Resistance Hero Post said no. Oh, Bane. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this unique just completely killed us. It's max health damage and protection lost for two things that'll happen often. All right, I think we're doing that next. I think I am gonna bless Spirit though, because this is a... What do I want here? Armor pen, crit damage. Crit damage. Well, that's kind of insane. How many of you guys are physical? I feel like timeout's our biggest issue here. Oh, this is the Balin song for anyone who's curious. But I think we're doing this next. Oh, we just got raided by Scribe. So, I definitely do feel like better blessing Spirit here. Because Morgan, I mean, Morgan's going to take forever to do things. And different from Queen Amidala, I don't think there's one single character on this enemy team that just has to die immediately. We really just have to kill all of them. Who do you think we kill first, Sabine? Can I target Spirit in this order? Probably. I never know how this thing's gonna play out. Because they reverse things. I do have Morgan on me, yeah. I don't think we'll time out with Watt. Sabine or Hu Yang? Sabine first. Okay, definitely Sabine. Sabine, then Hu Yang. Jen Syndulla first. I think I'm okay with the fracture happening. We really shouldn't time out with Watt because of Doomed. But I don't know what that means, Bane. Can I get a Hu Yang? Why General Syndulla first, Bane? Let's look at where their defense though. Guys. Man, you drunk? I think I'm killing Sabine first. Alright, we're blessing Spirit. Alright, do that. Honestly, I think I would do just want armor shreds on her. That sounds like a good thing to have. Alright, Sabine is dead. Let's get rid of Hu Yang. Alright, Hu Yang's dead. Let's get rid of General Syndulla. Alright, General Syndulla's dead. Let's get rid of Ahsoka. I probably should have gotten rid of Watt first, actually. That was dumb. No, it might not matter. I need one of your guys' AoEs again here. Can I get an AoE? Yeah, armor shred is kind of gross. Oh, come on. All right. Oh, she revived. Oh no. I don't know, auto. And you guys thought it wouldn't work. One more armor shred, and that'll definitely do it. Or we might not even need that armor shred. Did we already fight Lord Vader? We did not. We saved that for you, Bane. Solid 64. Alright, this is... Other than Sidious losing to Zori, which, screw that, honestly. This has been a pretty good JAC. Gosh, that's annoying. Such a dumb oversight, too. So, what screwed us over was Resistance Hero Poe apparently makes it way harder because of the max health damage. We beat up Rose, no problem. She didn't even... Yeah, I mean, we tore through her entire team. Spirit was going crazy. Alright, so we have Jedi Master Luke for this. which I think we just do the standard good team. Got our 40% protection cron. I do like the prettiest song. That one turned out pretty well. Yeah, this one's for you, Spidey Man. All right, are we faster? Because I feel like that's a big deal. 566, I'm pretty sure we're faster. Nope, come back. Yeah, 570. You guys want to see how flex? My JML's 570 speed. Freaking protection arrow, man. Like, disgusting. Now, my biggest modding flex. 570 JML without a speed primary. More volume for JML. Done. Alright, hopefully we land ability block on everyone. Ah, crap, he dodged it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, stun everyone. Let's do this. Oh, wow, Piet just can't be stunned, I guess. Alright, Piet's dead. Honestly, I guess we'll get rid of you. That's fine. Alright, well, we need to be leveraging Hoda here. If you could, like, not do things, that would be cool. This is the real one, right? Yeah. Sure. Gosh, his evasion mastery is crazy. Alright, yep, thank you, Hoda. So here, the fun thing about Hoda is since he doesn't actually do damage himself, he will not give them 2, like, ultimate points, if that makes sense. Alright, that's fine. We specifically saved our ult for that. I guess cleanse, that's fine. Honestly, I'm gonna hold JML's ult at this point. Yep. There we go. Cleanse the dots. Armor shred for fun. Call on Hoda for recovery. Call on Hoda again for recovery. Call on Hoda again for recovery. Call on Hoda again for recovery. Guess what? Increases cooldowns. $63, thank you. Thanks, Farrell. Get 2%ed, nerd. What's up, Vertigo? I mean, this is also not the final version of that team. This doesn't have Scorch on it. Or Disguise Clone. Gosh darn it, the Sid versus Zord thing is going to really piss me off if we lose. That's such a dumb mistake. Alright, so we've got... I think we just do C here. Sure, 50% health. Alright, where is Palpatine? He might, yeah. I have to remember, my JML still has like a 40% protection cron on him, too. Oh, they isolated C. What's up, Zigga? How you doing? Oh, that sucks. Alright, zap. Oh, nice, Vitico. Is it going to be on YouTube? Zap. All right, so that went easily enough. Honestly, probably Sith Empire versus Finn, Starkiller versus Gas, and Seer Malicos versus this? I found a lot more use for him in 3's BZ. Honestly, I was thinking Sidious actually outdid my expectations for this round. I was even thinking in 3's it was going to be hard to find a place for him, and I was dead wrong. Yeah, Seer does really well versus Great Mother, so I think we'll just do that. Use Maul there. I don't know, Dirk. Alright, this will be fun. Yeah, please don't kill Seer. Oh, Marin's dead. Thanks for playing. There goes Morgan. There go the mothers. There goes whatever his face was. 64, thank you.
dark tide.
All right, so Star Killer here.
In battles fierce and ruthless, he
Oh,
showed no
we lost our
fear.
lead.
With every strike and parry, his enemies drew near. But Gar Saxon's loyalty, unwavering and true, he'd fight till his last breath for the vision he pursued. Gar Saxon, loyal to the end, fighting in the shadows of the galaxy. There's a
Nice, so Dico. I'll give this a shot.
name is whispered, his stories yet untold. With the force in his hands, he's a storm in
Alright, we did not get Stagger on Rex, which is bad. Means we pretty much have to stun him now. So if this doesn't stun, we're in trouble. Nice, okay, we're good. Everything's fine. System normal. Alright, 5's dead. Get crit immunity. Oh, please don't counter. Oh, come on. Oh, that sucks. That was too much armor pen. Just cost us 5 banners there. Bo-Katan, Malgus. I mean, we had so many comps. I really just wanted the banners that this was going to give, and I ended up losing so many. Yeah, Malgus usually gets 61. What's a bow? Bow's got to be higher. Now she's not. Malgus gets more banners if you Underman. Probably could, honestly. I have seen no reason why this couldn't win with a 4-man. Like, that probably works just fine. Oh, we also have Boba. I think Boba works. Alright, at this point, we're only losing 10 banners, so... I don't know. Scribe said it works. Okay, I like Scribe.
From the sands he rose with the sun's burning bright.
Oh, where'd Ness go? Oh, stealth sucks. Well, this is very bad already. Alright, well, we got our thing back. You can die. You can die. Alright, slightly dirty, but a 47. That's fine. Stealth is a scary thing for Boba. Oh. Why? I was like, this is more GP than that does. Oh, but barely. By like 1. Well, that makes me sad, guys. We threw away 20 banners for literally nothing. I have Malgus and Bo on the bench. Way to go, Calvin. I'm not even cheesing anymore. There's just too many good teams. my Kyber one, yeah, we're like top 200 or something. At least I was before I lost last round. Yeah, 229. Are you supposed to stick Scion of Django's basic attacks? After I get contract, yeah, that's what I prefer to do. Is it gonna be the Lego variant, Sotico? What do we find out about this? See Enoch Thrawn, Magma, and GG with Thrawn. That doesn't sound bad, actually.
And I'm the one who claims I'm right.
Do we figure that this is like the way to play this?
From the depths he emerged, a storm set to rain, a villain, a conqueror, unbound by chain.
I feel like we found out like this is like the best option.
Lord of the Sith, pulling meteors from the sky. A mind unmatched, a blade that burns, a galaxy trembling as its order turns. I'm not Jedi, he declares with pride. The will of the Empire flows in his stride. All bow to the Dark Lord, the Empire's command. A conqueror's wrath sweeping over the land.
Still sketch.
Quake with fury as his power takes flight. Underdog
It's risky without Item K6. I mean,
galaxy fights.
I don't know if that's the word I'd use. There's a 94% win rate without him.
Strikes terror, his name spreads dread. A villain whose legend is both feared and read. Planets
Yeah, I do that too, Vertigo, yeah.
under his gaze.
Know exactly what you're talking about.
As meteors rain in his fiery blaze. No light can sway him, no mercy to find. His destiny written in conquest of mind. A lord of the Sith,
Just 4-man it.
feared and revered.
That actually does have the highest banners. It's the 4-man. And it's still at a 97%.
All bow to the Dark Lord, the Empire's command.
No ball. Vertigo said no ball, so I have to.
His wrath sweeping over the land. Stars quake with fury as his power takes flight. Under Darth Revan, the galaxy fights.
Alright, yeah, just basic here.
His weapon, his grip holds the sky. He drags down the heavens while others just die.
So we still don't have what's his face in yet, so just basic.
Empire expands. The fate of the galaxy
Definitely heal.
in his hands.
Yeah, stun him. Big hit. AoE. We did not get under protection, which means we did not get turn meter.
A truth to defy. The Lord of the Sith, pulling meteors from the sky.
There we go. Oh, please die. Oh, come on.
Eternal, his reign won't relent. A legacy carved in the firmament.
All right, now die. There we go. Thank goodness. Right before he gets healed. Yep, that's exactly what would have happened. Awesome.
Not Jedi, not savior.
All right, there's that.
Defy.
I need to be getting under protection for some of these guys. I need my turn meter. There we go. Now, a nave do mal é só pra quando você tá lutando contra os Leviathans também. Se não tá mirror match, você não precisa. Alright, let's heal Dagger, I guess? Português. Wow, Dagger's just dodging bullets left and right here. Is that full protection? Aha! Alright. Well. Just beat a Glad with Ezra by using Sonicron. Nice. Good job, Nate Dogg. Oh, I don't think that's a bug at all, Armid. I think that was a very intentional aesthetic choice. Okay, that went well. So, do we want to use... I feel like this Chimera's bait. I mean, I could just use Profundity on it and hard target what's-his-face. It's probably fine.
His fleet strikes terror, his name spreads dread. A villain whose legend is both feared and read. Planets crumble under his gaze. As meteors rain in his fiery blaze. No light can sway him, no mercy to find.
Yeah, I think we use Profundity there.
His destiny written in conquest of mind. A lord of the Sith.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I legitimately. So they're not all at a 45-degree angle. The middle one is straight on, and then the other two are slightly slanted, and then the other two are even more slanted. Jogo futebol. Alright.
The galaxy fights.
I think probably just Cassian. Alright, just all in on you. Oh, come on. Oh, alright, just 0 assists. That's cool. I didn't want any of those anyways. There we go. Alright, at least if he dodges now, he doesn't give turn meter, which he'll do 3 out of 4 times. Very cool. Sure. Solid 76, thank you. Yeah, I mean, the Leia Lord Vader matchup prior to clones was a joke. Like, Lord Vader could never get close. Oh, thanks, Hey Dog. Appreciate you. Thank you for the super chats. Alright, we're going to Broadway with this one.
The jump's too close, the odds too steep, but orders pull us in. Skywalker's leading from the front. He's wearing that same grin. Ahsoka's right.
Alright, turn meter to you. So you get turn meter to me. Oh, is this fighter? This isn't even fun sack. Alright, big hit. Nice. Ok, trazer apenas 4 naves para batalha com Cassian no Phantom. Kill Phantom. O grande. O Phantom. So Phantom really... The whole reason to use Phantom is so that you can control the board. So if you're only taking in one reinforcement, he arguably makes the least amount of sense. I like Cassian because Cassian's sturdier and can immediately call on an assist to win. Phantom is great. If you're taking in Phantom, you should have the intention to immediately take in something else. Yeah, I don't like using Marauder versus... I get better banners without Marauder versus Malevolence, which feels weird, but it's true. Alright, 1830, which this... Oh, guys, this would be a killer score if we had gotten 20 more banners. We'll see how he does. It's a good score, but it's one of... If he can one-shot everything, then we're just done. Which has been the case pretty much recently. So my issue with that one, Vertigo, is I've had it several times where they kill Jedi Anakin because there's no taunt. Phantom Mouse to the end of the ban my existence. Alright, we're doing the Mon Mothma song because I want to. Why, if there is an ability that says do damage again, why is that damage different? I'm not sure I understand the question. I still don't really understand the question. Why is it changing? Oh, there is a why is the damage number different? There is a variance. I think unless you're dealing like true damage, or maybe not even then, like there's always a range that damage can do, if I remember correctly. Yeah, someone correct me if I'm wrong who understands the coding a little bit more, but I'm pretty sure there's a variance. Like, if you have X amount of offense and crit damage and armor pen, and the opponent's defense looks like this, then you will always deal a similar amount of damage, but it might be a range from like 5,000 to 5,500. You'll deal somewhere in there, I think. Yeah, I know that for a fact in other video games. I always just kind of assumed it here. What's up, Hissy Fits? Welcome. The set variance, yeah. Yeah, it sounds right, Vertigo. What non-new teams do you think we'll be able to use in the raid? It's a great question. I mean, I'm guessing Jedi Vanguard to some extent will be used, which, I mean, that's kind of not even really an old team because the best team is going to be with the new Mace and Jocasta. That's how it works. Each instant damage is a reroll unless it says do damage X number of times. So POW damage twice is separate. Others that do... Okay. All right, so we got it right. Yeah, I was going to make a video about raid teams and then never did. I think JMK and Grandmaster Yoda will be in it. That's kind of, if your oldest team is the GL, that kind of sucks. What's up, Fellergon? How you doing? Kind of a quick one for us today. 5v5s, I feel like go quicker in general, though.
In the heat of the fight, every step closer to what is right. These battles we wage in a war that won't cease, an elegant weapon in search.
There's nobody running old Ben.
Hello there, my old friend. We've come full circle, yet here we stand.
Was stuck in intergalactic traffic when the raid happened. I mean, he kind of showed up at the temple during Order 66 and killed all the clones. I feel like if he probably has some of the best lore-wise information for being there. Unless we're literally just reducing it to anyone who is there at Operation Nightfall, because then you get like 6 characters. We already have 2 pirate squads? No, we don't. Like, we have 1 at best. I'm kind of holding out the opinion, too, that the pirates are going to be extra. And they're not going to be made to be a part of, like, the core 5 teams. The pirate is such... I mean, like, it... I almost wish they wouldn't have told us they were going to be in the raid. Yeah, I wish they would have been able to explain that better. Old 501st clones. That'd be nice. Yes, I mean, this one's confirmed. This one's confirmed. This one's basically confirmed. Pirates is kind of confirmed. I'm really hoping that pirates are an extra, though. I'm really hoping they're not meant to be like... Like, so in the current raid, obviously you have the ones who shine the most, like Gungans and Queen Amidala, but like it's very, very much intended that a dark side team in some fashion was going to be a part of the raid. I hope they're not like that. I hope it's literally just extra. The explanation still would have been we want to sell tunes. Well, here's the thing, Gabriel. Every single time they come out with a new character or a new team, there has to be some incentivization behind it. So if they're wanting to incentivize people and they're like, oh yeah, they can also be used in the raid, is very different from you have to have them and they don't come out until after. Because that's not even making money at that point. I mean, it is, but it makes just as much sense to release the character before the raid comes out and make money that way, rather than have it once the raid is already running. Like, that's a design flaw. Like, if an event comes out, a time-limited event, because that's what the raids are now, and you can't complete them because all the characters aren't currently available, no matter how much money you spend, that's a design flaw. They said they make 2 in the SM33 kit reveal. Oh, wow, yeah, you're right. We're building 2 new pirate squads. Well, shame on me. Wow. That seems a bit overkill. Honestly, I think I would be okay with a new mall. Yeah. I mean, the new mall series is confirmed. I could easily see us getting a new mall for that. Oh, I need to do this. What's up, Allie? I would like a new mall. I definitely don't want them touching the Mandalorian one, because dark side Mandalorians have had are pretty much completely lost without Maul. The OG Maul, I kind of want them to do something with him, but I don't want it to have to do anything to do with I would rather them do something him with like a Chancellor Palpatine. Like I would like to get a Chancellor Palpatine level character that would like work with senators, and then like Maul would be on that team permanently in stealth. Like that to me would be cool. But as far as like a Crimson Dawn Maul, I would want that to be a new character. Pirates will probably add more ships too. Hopefully. I mean, that's when I think pirates, I kind of think ships. When's the new Mando movie coming out? I'm not sure. Grogu was in the temple, yeah.
Construir ao lado de Jim, inventou o impossível para roubar os planos, tornando o sonho visível. Rogue One, a chama da esperança, no universo de trevas traz a lembrança, com Jim e Cassia, K2 e Rápidos, unidos na batalha por um sonho justo. Cassião, espião, com missão a cumprir.
Is Wolf here right now? Wolf, are you in the chat? You're in the chat.
Amor e bravura, sacrificou-se pela causa sem hesitação pura. Almirante Radidus na batalha espacial, comandou a frota no gesto monumental. Eis caras lutaram até o último fôlego, sacrificando tudo, um ato de renego. Rogue One, heróis anônimos, sem medalhas ou glória, mas seu legado vive na galáxia e na história. Rogue One, a chama da esperança.
I DM'd you, Wolf. You're correct, Gabriel. That would have been, yeah, that would have been better. Oh yeah. Oh.
With iron in his gaze, Moff Gideon stands, prepared to set the blaze. You have something I want, he commands the land.
Alright, what else can Superman Mothma beat?
With power and cunning, he's forged his throne. No rival can challenge, he stands alone. The Darksaber
Change the Palpatine leader with Separatists and GR tags, so you can casually run Dooku and GK. Nice. I get rid of all the debuffs. Really need to get days on Krex, don't we? Oh, Pal's kind of useless here, isn't he? I guess he does cycle through turns quickly, but...
Each whisper of rebellion crushed when he's near. After a valiant stand, all will bow to me. He's the unyielding force they all must see. It's los pueblos hermanos, his creed of control. Where loyalty's twisted.
We even led Lord Vader, Ezra, Zalbar with Kron, and then either mission or nest.
From dusk till dawn,
When's your fight with Solo tonight, Vert?
fast and drawn. He claims Mandalore, the eye of his reigns. Through fire and fury,
Ah, crap.
in the chains. The dark saber must be won in the fight. But love
Alright.
rule of faith from sight.
Could release cleanse right about now. Which one do you cleanses?
Every clash
Do I have these cleanse?
tightens his hold, an empire reborn, ruthless and bold. He stands as a conqueror, a man
For
without
basic as a
fear.
cleanse? Ew.
Under his gaze, all will live in fear.
Oh, there goes all my mastery.
The Mandalorians fall, their legacy fades. In Gideon's vision,
Yeah, R2 hiding Mothma is really gonna hurt me here.
his is the
I have like no mastery here in a second.
will, an empire of might, relentless and still. He speaks of glory, of power refined. All of Mandalore bends to his mind. Everyone in this room will yield to me.
Oh, that was fun.
Unmatched, bold and free.
BoPro.
He claims Mandalore, the eye of his reign.
All right, everyone, we are going to be shifting gears here in a second. This is something that was asked for a while. We're finally going to be doing it. I think we're doing it. Wolf will be joining me right now for a Andor Season 2 chat that will be spoiler heavy. So I'm not going to... Obviously, he's not here yet. So, if you have not seen Andor Season 2 and would like to not have, like, all the spoilers, that's probably best that you're not here. Yep, I want to give everyone fair warning. I don't want anyone to be blindsided. I'm going to change the... Give me a second here, too. I need to change the descriptions. Alright, YouTube's description has changed. Let's go to Twitch. Yep, see you guys. Oh, my opponent just messaged me on Discord.
From ashes we rise, from fear we feed, breaking the light with the Emperor's creed. Reva and the others,
That was nice of him.
despair. The reach of the Inquisitorius is felt everywhere.
No offense taken, Ray Rock. I tried to warn you specifically for that. Alright,
Reva's fury burns like a star.
let's get Twitch updated.
A child of pain with a vendetta to stoke. Betrayal runs deep, her scars are loud. A seeker of vengeance in the Emperor's shroud. Through the galaxy
Alright,
we
let's cut the music.
prowl.
Now, how do we do this? Don't spoil Rogue One. We're gonna be spoiling A New Hope, guys. What's up, dude? I'm good. All right, so I know you can hear me. I don't think they can hear you yet. All right, say something now.
Say something now. Say something.
All right,
I forget the
I
words.
think we're
What are
around the
what are
same
words of that
volume,
song?
so I'll probably just run with that.
That works.
How you doing,
How
dude?
the hell are we doing? Doing good. Visiting with parents earlier. Made some amazing mushroom lobster risotto. Had tribe talks with my boys Scribe and Karth, and now we're hanging out here talking Andor. So I'm
Dude,
having
you've
a
been
damn
you've
good time.
had a busy day.
Right?
Oh, well, so
How are you
number
doing?
one, and this is forever. I guess everyone can know this too. Wolf is being like super cool. I literally texted him 5 minutes ago. Was like, "Hey, you down for this?" Like he was
I'm
not given
kidding,
any
dude.
more warning. Like this is about as raw as it gets.
Dude, that's how we do it. You know? Raw wolf in it.
There,
That's a phrase, right?
that's definitely a phrase. All right, I think I actually. So I know you can't see me, but are you watching the stream right now?
Yes.
So you
I
might
can share my camera if you want to throw me on.
Wolf, you might appreciate this. Or maybe
There we go.
so this is I still have this saved. This is the formatting from the Mad Awesome show.
Oh yeah, the Mad Awesome show. Absolutely. I was on one time. That was awesome. Oh my god, I love it.
So, kind of fitting. I guess I probably should have something Andor-esque on here, but at least a warning at a minimum.
Well,
Which I already put it in
there's a Death
the
Star.
descriptions of both Twitch and YouTube. But
There is a Death Star in the Mad Awesome logo, so I mean that is pretty Andor-esque.
that is pretty
if
Andor.
you're really thinking about it.
I think I can get something
Because
going.
I'm gonna be, I don't know about you, but I went ahead and rewatched Rogue One after watching Andor, and now I want to like go and rewatch A New Hope because it led so seamlessly, so beautifully into the movie, into into Rogue One, into A New Hope, into everything. It really just it did the whole prequel thing to the that specific Death Star story so well.
Oh, dude, I'm on Return to the
so
I'm on
well.
Return to the Jedi right now.
Hey, beautiful.
Like literally, I finished it. I finished Andor, went right into Rogue One, as I think you really have to. Like, and all right. Also, one final warning for anyone who's watching on Twitch or YouTube: we are going full spoiler. So if you've still hung out, you're still here. This is your final warning. There will be spoilers had beyond this point. So continue at your own risk. But no, to that I was gonna say one of the things, and I don't know how we want to do this discussion. I guess we're just gonna go for it. One of the things that I found was interesting was
I don't have an agenda. I'm sorry. I got 5 minutes notice.
yeah, and I just don't have an excuse.
I'm fucking with you. I'm sorry.
I don't know how you felt. I mean, I felt a lot of good things, but one of the things that stood out the most to me when I finished season 2 was I get to the very end of it and I'm asking, where's the finale? Like it was all this massive buildup, and Andor's just like walking off, and you're like, okay, what's the next episode? And obviously, the answer ends up being the next episode is Rogue One. But I don't think I've ever seen a series do that. Like,
I think that Tony Gilroy really, really embraced, what his job was, what his, what he seeked out to actually do, which was just set up Rogue One, to set up things, to actually, do that prequel, give all the characters their backstories, put them in all their places, and really like humanize everything that went into the, that whole feat with taking down the Death Star. So I didn't really think of it. That's a really good point, though. I never really like considered, there wasn't a crazy finale. There wasn't like this amazing ending, whatever, with Rogue One. It just sort of, with Andor season 2. It just sort of, led into Rogue One, and I guess I didn't really consider that's just. Oh, there wasn't like a whole finale, like a big bomb or a big final battle.
yeah, there was no final battle.
Crazy. Yeah. Yeah, there was no final battle. Absolutely, I didn't even really consider that, just because it was just kind of leading into Andor and into Rogue One. I keep mixing them up because they're just so seamlessly fit together, and it did it so beautifully that it didn't even like calculate for me, that there was no real final battle, because yeah, it just sort of ended.
Yeah.
The biggest final battle was Cassian talking to the council over there, and him just having a spat and shaming them. That's what we got as far as we got as what passed for a final battle.
No, pretty much it was, and like and I mean, Star Wars has been notorious for doing prequels at this point. They've done them left and right, but all of them kind of feel like they climax properly, if that makes sense. Like even Rogue One, like Rogue One, yes, it does like lead up 1 second into A New Hope, and you kind of feel like you're supposed to watch it next. But like I've watched Rogue One and stopped before. Like I've gotten to the end of it, like because it has a really good story that comes full circle. Andor again does have some like really great aspects. I think particularly with like Luthen, Mon Mothma, and Saw. But like Andor's story is like like the farthest from done.
Sorry, was it Andor's story himself is the first and furthest done?
Yeah, it's like very clearly like not done. Like Andor's story.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like they knew they were leading into something else. Like you're definitely with the prequels themselves. While they were building up towards the original trilogy, they all still felt like their own full movies. They
Yes,
also felt like
correct.
their
Like
own full
they had they
productions
had a
with,
very
like,
structured
yeah,
thing where you felt like, oh yeah, that's a movie. Like it can end there.
yeah. There was a beginning, there was a middle, there was an action, there was a climax, there was a final battle, there was it just all the elements that you would expect to go into. And yeah, Andor absolutely, just completely said screw that. And they just did embrace the whole, this is just to lead in, to set up, to be like a true prequel to everything. And oh my god, did they do so freaking well.
They
But
did.
sorry, I had interjected in there. Don't forget Clea, because Clea
Oh yeah.
came out as just like, oh, just out of nowhere, was just a shining beacon in season 2. She was amazing.
And I feel like they had been building up quite a bit over time for her character, but yeah, she definitely came into her own. And this is something that me and Tila would talk about. Whenever we get to the end of one of these series, and you see that like a new character that we haven't seen before is somehow surviving, it would almost always make us think that they're building up for something bigger in the future. And like Clea seemed to be that character this time. Like, are we gonna have some Avengers style get together 5-10 years from now, and Clay is gonna be an important member of that?
Well, the Avengers level like get together sort of thing, they're talking about the what do you call it? The BAM movie.
Yep.
Mandalorian and Grogu, all that sort of stuff. Like they're supposed to get together with everybody, and like that's supposed to be like the whole meetup and kind of thing. But then I guess we're assuming that Clea then survives throughout the whole, rebellion against the Empire and makes it through to the end. I mean, we know Mothma survives.
Yep.
We know a few of them survive. We know a few of them don't make it. Um, we know when some of them die. So I guess we'd have to assume that Clea would survive until the end. Which I guess why the hell wouldn't she? Um,
Yeah, it
but
feels like
yeah, that's
they've done that before with ages, where like Ahsoka's kind of a good example of that. Like Ahsoka's a child
yeah,
in the Clone Wars, and then she's
yes,
like very much active post original trilogy. So I feel like they don't have many
oh
issues
yeah,
blending ages that much.
oh absolutely. Um, I'm just thinking like the actress who was playing that character was so good. I guess they gotta like age her a little bit to be able to play in the sequels. That was my only real consideration with that. Like as long as the same actress is playing it, then hell yes, give me more of that. Do a little bit of whatever aging stuff they got to do to make her work for the for the time period. But she could be an amazing person in the New Republic and the new everything. In the Resistance, passing things on, because damn, she that was a hell of a character. But
No, I agree.
oh yeah, for sure. She stuck out. But yeah, Luthen, um So how do you feel about Luthen's death? As soon as Clay was going in there, I was like, oh, she's going to finish the job. But how do you feel about how they did all of that? Like, it was do you think they did it well? Did he have a good end, or what's your take on that one?
So it felt really good. It felt really, really good until I got, and I think it was able to reconcile this a little bit better, but it felt really good until I watched Rogue One, and you see the very end of Andor season 2, where Andor is kind of yelling at the council like, Luthen died for this. Like, you guys aren't listening, and like his whole work, his whole life was dependent on this information, which ultimately isn't true, but I'll get to that in a second. And then you go and watch Rogue One, and like there's like 3 different sources talking about the Death Star. Like, you've got Saw's one guy that Andor, I forget his name right now, which is sad.
Tivik.
Yes, Tivik. So Tivik has the information. Bodhi obviously has the information. So it kind of like, okay, Luthen's this great character that died for this information, and we were going to get it from 2 alternative sources anyways. So that made me feel a little bit bad, but sorry, go for it.
I think that Luthen was just there. They sort of tried to harp on that a little bit at the end over there, where like it was, we got the information from Luthen. They're not really sure about it. It seems kind of sketchy. You know, they don't really think that they trust it. But they also don't trust Saw. And they got the information from Saw, and it's kind of sketchy, and they don't really trust it, and it just sort of seems kind of weird. But then they also got the information from Bodhi, who's an like an Imperial pilot who's defecting, which they kind of don't trust it. They don't think it's real. They don't really. So they have all of these like sources of information which are really, really unreliable, and they don't want to trust any one of them individually. It's only together do they bolster each other that they're able to actually, you know, the rebellion finally says, all right, this is real.
Yeah,
you know, it's only through that extra source and stuff.
That's a good point. That the information they would you have an Imperial who, I mean, if we learned anything from Andor, like, they love to feed false information, so probably was not the best source.
Right.
And then Tivik being Saw, and I mean, even without Andor, it's very clear that the rebels do not trust Saw just with everything that he's done. So that's good. But one of the other things that helped me feel a little bit better about it too, because I ended up rewatching, I think at least the last arc, and really what Luthen did, he got like the Death Star plans, or he got the information about the Death Star, but really it goes back to his catchphrase of "I have friends everywhere, we have friends everywhere," and that he really did prop up a lot of the rebellion and getting it where it needed to be. Sure, he might not have been the only source of information for the Death Star, but like, to Cassian's point when he was on Yavin, like, you guys are here because Luthen did something about this. Like, he was much more influential in the roots of the rebellion than he was in the actual fruit.
Oh yeah, he literally gave everything. You know, a lot of that stuff only exists because of Luthen, because of what he did, because of all of his sacrifices, because he was funneling money, and because he had all those contacts. And I have friends everywhere sort of catchphrase knowing sort of thing. You know, that was the code word being told to Mothma to know that Cassian was the one that she was going to get her out. You know, that was it just beautifully came full circle. You know, it's the whole George Lucas, it's poetry, it rhymes kind of thing. And also I forget who it was. I was watching, whatever YouTuber it was, had a interesting observation about about Luthen at the end when he's talking to Lonnie, and he says to Lonnie, you know, we're going to Yavin, and Lonnie's just like, what is that? I don't know what I don't even know what that is. That has no meaning to him whatsoever. He wasn't like just, you know, telling him Yavin just as like to get him to keep talking. He was also sort of like checking to see, does the Empire know about Yavin? Is this place safe? You know? So there was a dual usage to that question, to that comment over there. You know, it's the amount of layers in this show.
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that. That makes sense, though. Yeah, he was trying to get his reaction because it'd be like, oh, yeah, we already knew about that. I'm like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, then he'd be like, "Oh, maybe Yavin's not the best place to send Clea to send everybody over there. Maybe this information isn't, can't be trusted to be sent over there." And yeah, it's just, it's the the depth to this show, the detail, the everything has a purpose,
Well,
and
and
it's
look,
just, it's a beautiful thing.
and I think they continued, and we saw this a lot in season 1, but I think they continued with Lonnie not making it out. Luthen, in a but much more poetic way than this in season 1, that he essentially sold his soul to the rebellion in order to take down the Empire, and like killing innocent people. Well, I don't know if I mean, he's a spy. He's kind of innocent.
I mean, he was still working for the bad guys. He was still,
I mean,
affecting things.
well, because I think he
but-
didn't start out as a spy, right? Like he was for the Empire and then kind of defected.
I don't know how much they went into his backstory.
I feel like it was that. Anyways,
before that.
or
I feel like it
when
was, but I don't know
Luthen,
how much they went into it.
when that one group, this is also I think season 1, when that one group, he didn't warn them or whatever, and they all died, but he was like, Lonnie's information is too useful. Like, this is the type of character we're dealing with, where this is a really weird comparison, but I'm watching it right now, and I won't say spoilers for this, but I'm watching The Last of Us right now.
Okay.
And
I've not seen.
So there, again, no spoilers, but one of the characters in it is like has a mission and just doesn't care about anything else, and like the second someone gets in their way, they'll just kill them. And that's kind of what I think of with Luthen too, where if you are going to get in the way of the mission of the rebellion, he has no issue killing you. Like that's his thing.
We saw that in the first arc when Mothma's friend, they didn't.
Oh yeah,
yes, but they heavily implied and then confirmed. Another amazing line where he's just like, all right, well, we have to deal with him, and she's just like, what do you mean? I don't know what that means. You're just like, oh, how wonderful for you that you don't know what that means. We're killing him. Okay, he's done. Like, what? Just yeah.
Well,
he is absolutely, yeah.
So I really like the trifecta that is Luthen, Mon Mothma, and Saw, with the fact that you can all three of them were doing something really important in the rebellion, very different. But I think that what you just said encapsulates that really well. Like Mon Mothma was very important in what she had to do, but she was never going to be able to when her and Cassian were running out of the Senate building, and Cassian's just shooting people. Like, and Moth was kind of freaking out. Like, what are you doing? Just like, and Cass is like, this is what we have to do.
The line, the episode title, "Welcome to the Rebellion," where he just like shoots somebody in cold blood. Like that was her driver that she knew. Like, yeah, he was spying on her. Yeah, he was like working with the ISB and everything. But that was somebody that she knew, that she had a relationship with, and just like that look in her eyes, and he's just like, yeah, get ready.
This is where we're at right now.
This is what it comes to. Yeah, this is where we're at. Shit's real. So, time to buckle up. Welcome to the rebellion.
Did you watch? So, kind of saw that Mon Mothma scene with her and Cassian running out. Did you watch the Rebels episode that directly follows her leaving?
Oh yeah, I'm big Rebels fan, so I've seen all of them a number of times. But oh yeah, I remember the whole that whole thing.
I didn't like props to Tony Gilroy or whoever, because not only were they able to make like a really good just television, good series, good acting, good dialogue, good story, but man, they wove it in very well with the rest.
Oh yeah.
Of the Star Wars universe. Like we've been hearing about the Gormans for like the entirety of season 2. I had no idea that this was already a pre-established story.
Yeah, that was a whole thing with the Gorman massacre and the Gorman everything, and her escaping, and she was like passed off to the Phoenix crew, like being smuggled off of Coruscant and everything. So Cassian wasn't the ones to take him off over there. Oh yeah, I was very, very impressed that he wove the stuff in so freaking well. Paid the respects that he had to. He just very, very well done. making the actual story.
Because I remember that episode in Rebels when they rescued Mon Mothma or whatever, but I thought it was just like after like some generic event or like that. Like, no, this was like they said Gorman massacre. Like this
Yeah.
was already set in time to happen, and they leveraged that to the show, and again to great effect. Like actually did something well with something that was already pre-existing. You didn't have to force it.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why, like, during so episodes 4 through 6, they were sort of setting up for the whole Gorman thing. And I was sitting there like in spoiler chats and whatever, chats that I was having with people on Discord and everything. It was just like, oh, they're setting up for the Gorman massacre. It's gonna be the Gorman massacre. Like, this is what they're going for over here. It's gonna be fucking crazy. So I'm just sitting there going like, oh my god, what are they going to do with this? It was just like, this is what they're leading up to, and this was what they were going for. And oh my god, the whole setup of everything, that was just so well done, just in so many ways. I will say, I critique of the entire season 1 through 3 was a little bit, had some pacing issues, probably could have been condensed down a little bit. 4 through 6 picked it up a little bit, still had some pacing issues, probably could have been combined with 1 through 3, and then maybe expanded the other ones out a little bit. But yeah, 1 through 3. Apparently, like the whole side quest with like the rebels on Yavin. I'm not sure if you've seen any of this. Apparently, that was the two main rebels that were like the two main idiots that were like arguing back and forth. Was Tony Gilroy's son
That's Yavin.
and his niece's husband. Yeah, that was on Yavin. They showed when he was flying up over there. They showed the temples.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were on. Yeah, that was the shtick. They were on Yavin the whole time. So that was where they end up making their base. And whatnot. Yeah, that was the whole like joke behind that. They were on Yavin the whole damn time.
So I kept this opinion to myself. I'm long story short, I'm about to agree with you. But and maybe I'm now dead wrong because I didn't realize that was Yavin, but I feel like that's still not important. When we watch those 3 episodes where Cassian lands down, kind of gets stuck with them for a couple of episodes, and then eventually leaves. Do you know what it reminded me of? Like, what other like mini arc in a Star Wars piece of content where there's like a little side quest, nothing happens, nothing's ventured, nothing's gained. Like the story just goes on. Like that entire piece of thing could have never happened. It wouldn't have mattered at all.
I'm assuming you're talking about episode 8 when they go to Canto Bight.
That's exactly what I thought. And I was like, okay, number one, I can't tell anyone this because it might actually have a greater significance. I mean, we were only like 2-3 episodes in. Like this might actually play out into something bigger. And then it didn't. And I was like, all right, like how much stock does Andor have that people are just gonna glaze it? Regardless of the fact that this is essentially like it did the same thing.
People were absolutely glazing.
like it was like this was point. Like again, it's fine. I mean, if anyone's wondering, I give Andor season 2 a 9 out of 10. But still, like
good comparison. Yeah, because the Canto Bight episode, like sorry, the episode, but the whole shtick on Canto Bight was just like all the like the only purpose was to show, oh, the rich people whatever are out of touch, they're funding this stuff and they're gambling and we're all at war and they're all just like hanging out. So it was to make like some commentary on like the people,
like the social status of everything.
Yeah, the entire point of the arc on Yavin with the idiots, the 2 rebels, was to show how roughshod the early rebellion was, how screwy things worked, and how there was no communication. Like Cassian was supplying these guys, and they still tied him up, still had him.
They killed the guy that he was waiting for. Like they were on the same side.
Exactly, they're on the same side. They're killing each other. They're fighting with their own people. Like they're running out of food, and like the entire point of that arc was simply just to show the early rebellion was a mess. The early rebellion did not know what they were doing. They were a bunch of idiots who didn't work together, and it took them a long time to get their shit together. We didn't need like 40 minutes of screen time to hammer that point home. I'll admit, I laughed my ass off when I saw the space rock paper scissors, where like whatever it was, like they're doing a whole thing. I was like, oh, you win. All right, it's a point for you. As they're like trying to like do their whatever diplomacy thing. I laughed my ass off. That was funny as hell. Was it necessary? Did we need, half hour, 40 minutes of screen time just to show that the rebels were idiots? We got it. Okay,
Well,
you made your point.
I would almost say, so I agree with you, and I would almost say to an extent, this is what rebels are like without leaders. Like, because that was one of the things that seemed to be highlighted was the two, as you named them, the two idiots there. They could never.
That was Tony Gilroy's words. Sorry, I was quoting Tony Gilroy.
Okay, no, Tony Gilroy's words.
The two idiots.
But like this is what they're like without leaders. So you can critique Luthen, you can critique Saw, you can even critique Mon Mothma.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're not working together, you're gonna get nowhere, and you're gonna end up killing each other, which is I guess what happened. But again, I would while I'm fine with that reality, I still it's one of those things where again with the sequel trilogy, I realized that it overall had a really rough time, and I guess I'm going to defend it, but it felt like once we had decided that sequel trilogy bad, we just started to look for anything and everything. And we decided that Andor was good, so then everything and anything is good. Like it doesn't seem unbiased, if that makes sense.
Oh, I absolutely called that out because there was a few YouTubers and whatever who were like absolutely glazing some of the first couple episodes. I'm sitting there like, guys, like, you want to retain some credibility here, please? What is going on? Like, let's just try and be fair. Call it as it is, because this was not the same work of art that we saw before. But
and again, it's fine. Like a series can be a 9 out of 10. Like, boo-hoo, get over it.
Oh yeah,
I'm talking to myself, by the way.
Oh my god. No, a lot of amazing things, a lot of amazing stuff. Just there are some things that didn't work so well. Apparently I learned that all of the cast of the Gormans, they were all like French actors who were speaking a completely made up dialect, and they're entirely French accents to do the whole thing.
So I was watching those episodes. I mean, I watched most with my wife, and she's a little bit more cultured than I am, because we're watching, and she's like, she said, I think, it's like they tried to combine France and Italy into the same country in Star Wars or something like that. Because a lot of their speech is like that, but they're very fashion oriented, right?
A lot, yeah. Yeah.
So that was something that was interesting to hear from her.
Yeah, it felt like a blend between like a Northern Italian sort of thing mixed with like the French dialect and not the French dialect, the French accent, with a sort of French sounding language, which again, not a real language. They just made that up for the series. Absolutely amazing, and got everyone to just learn all that, and just those are the details. Like, that's the world building stuff. That's fantastic.
Oh yeah, that's my thing about the prequel trilogy that I liked it so much. Is like, dialect or dialogue and everything like that, not so great, but like it built and fleshed out a world really stinking well.
Yes, so well. And
all right, so I have
so much details. Absolutely.
I have a question for you, Wolf.
Okay.
We need to take on the task of ranking all of the speeches had throughout Andor.
Oh, I know what number 1 is. That's obvious.
Well, is it? I feel like it's tied.
Yes.
I'm saying season 1 and 2.
Who? Yeah, between Luthen and who?
Mothma.
Oh, fuck. Ooh. Man, all right. I think we give Mothma a very, very close second.
Okay, what sets them apart? Like, why is Luthen's better than Mothma's? I'm okay with agreeing with you. I just want rationale.
I'm trying to like figure out why. Again, hair. I know this thing. Oh my god. Luthen's for some reason just feels more real. You know, he's in there, he's not delivering it with like some grand audience. He's not you know, on TV. It's not like some political thing. It's not whatever. It's just he is with another person who he has put his entire trust in, his entire life, his entire being. Because Lonnie, if he wanted to, could go and turn Luthen in, could
Mm.
go and say, hey, here's the guy you're looking for, here's access, here's everything. But this is somebody who he has put his entirely full trust in. And he is just laying bare everything that is his soul. Like he has given up this, and he has his whole speech is about like I've had to take on the methods of my enemies to go and defeat them. I have given up everything. You know, my entirety has been, you know, given up to the cause, and that is just such a personal, such a human, such an incredibly like, you know, one to one everything sort of thing, that I think that just that one carries the weight. That while Mothma's is an amazing, impactful, you know, galvanizing the you know, the Empire sort of not the Empire, galvanizing the galaxy sort of speech, you know, meant to spur on the rebellion. Uh, Still, for me, with my jaded sort of I don't know what the word I'm looking for is over here, with my sort of outlook on things, which can be a little bit you know, it's still a political speech, it's still a whatever, it's still a, yeah, I got my whatever thing, and we're leaning on this, and we're trying to, you know, spur some whatever whatever over here. So it's just that, to me, his is so personal versus that one. It just, it takes a little bit of a leg up, not to detract from Mothma, not to detract. Amazing, amazing speech. Um, but you know, I think just his being so personal, his being so real, is what brings it to number one for me. What about you?
So I think I agree with you in the sense that Luthen's content.
Cynical. That's what I'm looking for. God damn it.
There you go. Luthen's content, I think, is easily number one. Because like you said, like he doesn't get to be, basically what he's telling Lonnie, he's like, I don't get to be myself anymore. Like
Yeah.
I've given up on what I believe is right with the sole intention of taking the Empire down. It almost feels like, or like similar to Vader in some senses, where the way that they set up Vader's redemption was, yeah, we're going to say that he's going to come back to being good, but at the end of the day, he still has to die because of all the things he did before.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't, I mean, I'm sure in the Lego universe there is, but outside of the Lego universe, I don't think there's a reality where even if Palpatine didn't kill Vader, where Vader would get to come back. Or I should be saying Anakin. Like I don't like take episode 6, say Anakin doesn't die. Like how does he fit into the rebellion? Like that doesn't work.
He really doesn't. I mean, he is a war criminal. He has killed countless people. He has done just all these insane, ridiculous things. He just, I don't think there's any world where somebody like that gets a redemption in, you know, in the New Republic. You know,
Killing him off was the only way that really worked. I mean, I get the only,
yeah,
because the other best case scenario, you know, of him not dying is they let him go to like be, but they can't do that, and then it ultimately would fall on Luke, because the only one who would be able to actually stop him would be Luke, and then so Luke has this moral dilemma of like, okay, do I let him go to just go and be good and away from everyone, or do I have to kill him because then he gets judged by it? So yeah, I think it's the only way it works.
yeah. Because I mean, it's like Big Deal saying in chat, like he knows everything about the Empire, but like, do they trust him? Do they forgive him? Do they anything? Like, is that Are
I
they
think you would
capable of
split
being
the I think you
rational
would
or
split the rebellion if you tried to do that. Like if you tried to be like, "Oh yeah, we're going to like use him for intel." It would like I mean, look at Leia. Like they
oh
wouldn't
yeah,
even let
I
Leia
was gonna
be in
bring that up.
charge
Yeah,
because she was related to Vader. She had never done
yeah,
anything wrong, at least in like the larger sense. And they didn't want to let her be in power purely because she was
yeah.
related. Like unless they like kept him like underground, and this is going to be like a really weird parallel to like our world, but like with World War II, like unless they like kept him in some cage and he would just feed them information. But even then, if that were to ever get out, they'd be screwed.
Oh yeah, like I said, Leia tried to keep it under wraps what her lineage was, and once it was discovered, I don't know if this is canon or if this is if this was just legends or whatnot. But like once it was discovered what her lineage was, that she was Darth Vader's daughter, she was no longer
I'm
very
pretty sure it's
welcome
canon,
in
yeah.
in the New Republic. Sort of trashed her, her reputation and everything. So yeah, they were not really all that happy to be dealing with Darth Vader and any of his ilk. So yeah, he would be worth a lot of information, sure, um, but it just wasn't going to happen.
Well, and
Yeah,
the other
they
thing
really needed to
too
kill him off.
is a lot of the rebellion was already getting really mad about how much of the like Empire infrastructure was kept in place. Like we see this in Ahsoka
Yes.
with the shipyard where they're like, "Oh, this is um that we're like, oh yeah, we weren't actually able to change out any of the staff. It's all still Empire staff." And they're kind of like, "Are you kidding me?" Like and then
But
they
it's
ended up
actually
causing obvious problems.
it caused obvious problems, but it is an interesting point when you have that many,
Yeah,
percentage.
the infrastructure.
What percentage of people actually had, loyalty to the empire at some point? What do you do? If you could literally jail half the galaxy, just nothing functions anymore because people had loyalty to the empire. How do you actually do that? Just logistically speaking, that is just an insane, insane problem to have to deal with. Like it's absolutely wild. I think it's really interesting that the highlight in Ahsoka, and that's what I think one of the more like poignant things that they brought up over there was like what do you do with all the remnants over of the empire? Because it's not an easy question,
Yeah.
and
And
we've seen historically stuff like that. It's not always easy.
well, and that to your point, that helps answer the question because that was one of my big issues, and we will get back to Andor, I promise, guys. That was one of my big problems with the sequel trilogy was that it, with pretty much no explanation, the First Order was allowed to come up from the Empire like out of nowhere, and that's kind of what Ahsoka was doing, where she
Yeah,
was proving that it really wasn't out of nowhere. Like there were
yeah.
some definite reasons, but no, getting the reason why I bring up the parallel with Vader is because Luthen, it feels like the same way, where he probably wouldn't have had the war crimes, so to speak, that would
Right.
make everyone hate him, but him personally, I don't think he would have been okay being himself in peace. I think that was something that he willingly gave up, that he was never going to be at peace again, even if the rebellion won, because of the person he had to become.
I think he would have had a tough time. Um, I'm not gonna pretend to speak from experience, especially on Memorial Day weekend and everything. But people coming back from wartime, from these sort of experiences, not always the same person when they come back. But yeah, the amount that Luthen sacrificed, the amount that he gave, the amount that he did, the amount that he, you know, we say war crime. Dude blew up tons of things. I mean, there's a whole
Sure.
scene over there where he's blowing up a bridge. Where who knows how many civilians were there? He allowed his people to die in order to protect the cause. He did a lot of really, really horrible, horrible things. And yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Somebody like that would have a really, really tough time surviving and adjusting to what is going on. Like even just living on Yavin, like even just hanging out on Yavin with the rebellion, doing his planning stuff. He's used to being the master of his universe. He's used to just controlling everything and running all that stuff. And if he's sitting there now and he has to answer to some council who doesn't necessarily like him and are going to question his decisions. Like he would be out of there so quick. I don't think he would survive on Yavin,
Yeah, I don't.
let alone peacetime.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know how it would work. Because again, with Vader like had obvious bad thing, killing children. Redeemed from that, moved away from that, said that was wrong. I don't know if Luthen would be able to say the things that he did were wrong. Like I think he genuinely had to believe that was the right thing to do.
He rationalized everything. Luthen was 100% the ends justify the means, without a doubt.
Oh,
that was absolutely his ethos.
Okay, but getting back to the monologues. So I would say that Luthen's, from a content perspective, definitely the best. Like probably one of the best as far as content goes throughout all of Star Wars. The reason why I would fight for Mon Mothma, and I probably won't fight for Mon Mothma to be number one. I think we'll get that to Luthen. It's already on the board. But I really do like for her worlds, for her context. If we're meeting her where she's at, I feel like hers was really, really risky. Like she knew what the Empire was capable of. She knew that her escape plan was at best shoddy. Because she had one side, she had someone who trusted, who was supposed to be able to get her out. Then she had a really reliable source that she didn't really trust, telling her that wasn't going to work. And yet she went and did it anyways. And like that was, and I think the speech itself was good. To your point, I think there was a certain political aspect of it, but at the same time, I mean, we know.
Oh yeah.
Throwing politicians under the bus here. Oh no, controversial. I think Mon Mothma actually believed in what she was saying, different than some other areas.
She absolutely believed in what she was saying. I'm just saying that like the language when you're doing a political speech needs to be crafted in a certain way to send whatever message you are trying to send. So there's a certain amount of stagecraft, a certain amount of getting things in the right places that you need to do, for that speech to really have the affectation that you want to have. So that's where I more saw it as like a calculated speech as opposed to a from the heart kind of speech. Because Luthen's just pouring out his heart, and Mothma is trying to affect some end based on her words.
Well, Luthen almost seemed angry too, because Lonnie was like trying to be like, I'm out, and Luthen looked at him and was like, no, that's not how this works. We don't get to be out.
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely.
So Luthen, I think we have it locked in at number one. Mon Mothma. So the competitor to Mon Mothma. So there's, I guess we should just probably label them all out. You obviously have Mon Mothma's. Saw's, when he was with oh gosh, what is that? The one that's from Ferrix? Nemec?
Will?
No. Willman. That's right.
Willman,
yeah.
Willman.
So that one.
Plutonium. Breathe, my friend. Breathe.
That's pretty good. So obviously at the Saw, you have Nemec's manifesto, and then Mon Mothma, and what's the fifth?
Dude, I'm sorry, real quick. Nemec's manifesto over here, when Radagaz at the end is sitting there listening to the manifesto before he offs himself. Holy crap. That was just like, you're seeing the people realize that the system that they fed into is consuming them and has no care whatsoever at all for what they've done, what they've everything. And he knows, he understands, and he just whatever YouTube word is safe for me to use, unalives himself and is just, it's, oh man. You see as he's listening to the Nemec's manifesto, that just,
well, and
it's beautiful.
It really, I like how they played that as well. Like after just hearing where Luthen is telling Dedra, the rebellion isn't here anymore; it's everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was one of Nemec's whole things about the manifesto.
Out there waiting to disgust you.
Yeah. So that was really well timed too. That was really. I didn't see that coming, that they would have buried that really in season 1 to come to fruition all the way at the very end here.
Just amazing writing. Like that's again, that is the achievement of Andor. The writing, the everything. It just they had an intention, they knew what they were doing, and damn it, they brought it so much. All
All
right, so
right,
what
so
else
we
we
have
got for
4.
speeches?
I feel like we need a 5th one. Saw Mon Mothma. Namek, who else is left?
What do you think about expanding and saying Cassian's speech in Rogue One,
Which one?
where they're about to go to
Oh
Scarif,
no.
and he's like, "We're all, we've all done terrible things for the rebellion. We've given up everything, and we're here, and like that whole everything."
So someone, Mflo just put this in the YouTube comment. Marva.
Oh, Marva. Damn, that's a good one. That's a good call. Oh, Marva. Crap. Yeah, that one's absolutely up there. That one galvanized an entire all of Ferrix to go and rise up against the Empire.
I kind of
So go on.
I don't know if I like that one.
What do you mean?
So I realized that it's definitely should be on the list. Like, it was notable, but again, when you compare it to like Luthen and Mothma, and I guess Nemix doesn't really work, but I don't know. I feel like maybe I just I don't properly understand the rebellion, but she's telling them to like go and fight back after she's already dead, and like the odds, like they were kind of screwed. Like, and I guess that really is the whole point of the rebellion, is that the odds were never in their favor ever.
Yeah, that is true.
And they still had to fight back. So maybe I'm missing a greater point there.
I don't know. I gotta rewatch the speech and give it another listen and see what's going on with that. But I mean, she was a late stage rebel, as it were. She came to be a rebel, in her last final dying days. That was sort of like the joke of it. She was always looking out for herself, and then finally by the end of it, she was like, "All right, now we're here for the rebellion." So the speech almost feels like a little bit of regret, almost, that she didn't do more when she was alive.
Yeah.
And was just trying to hope that maybe somebody could carry on that legacy and do something. Just I think that's the biggest thing. I definitely felt some regret in that speech, just that could have done more, could have fought back, could have everything, and sad that things got as far as they did. But I still enjoy the speech. It's a tough one. Although apparently, I know you're a little more touchy with the cursing and whatnot, with the language and everything. But apparently, in the original speech, when she said "fight the Empire," she was supposed to say "fuck the Empire."
Nice.
And they made her change it.
The actress or Disney?
I figured it was Disney or the directors or whoever, but like one of the higher ups said, "Nah. Well, we're gonna say fight the Empire, okay? Let's calm it down there."
I guess Cyril took that a little bit too literally.
Oh my God, Cyril, dude, what another amazingly tragic character. Also, have you seen, just quit meta comment for a second? Have you seen any of the interviews with the Cyril actor and Daedra actress? Like
I saw the one at Star Wars Celebration. Other than that, no.
Dude, he is so like oh my god, actors are different from the characters they're playing. So
Yeah.
crazy. He's so wildly different.
Oh
He's
yeah.
just like this chill, like not surfer bro, but like
He's
kind
very
of new
nonchalant.
age, hanging out with his beard. And I'm just sitting there like, what even is this? This not how that works.
No, I watched Star Wars Celebration. I watched an interview with the two of them, and I'm like, why is he cool? Like, he's not supposed to be
Right?
cool.
I'm sitting there, it was so confusing. That was man, that was definitely a throwing you through a loop because some actors legitimately are like it's called typecasting. They
Typecasting,
are
yeah.
cast to play the character that they already are, and they are exactly who they are playing, and that's just their character. And then you get some actors who are just actually acting.
They
And they're
have a
so
range, yeah.
wild. Yes, it's amazing to see those interviews because the two of them together are hilarious, and the two of them in the show equally just different kind of hilarious, but also ridiculous.
No, I definitely enjoyed what they were trying to do with him, and really kind of like what a dumb way to die. Like, go for it.
Oh my god, right?
All right, let's see here.
I'm still here. I'm just grabbing another drink. Dude, his death over there, as we're sitting there, as Cassian is just like, "Who are you?" That look on Cyril's face, just that entire world, like his world already came crashing down upon him. Like he already lost everything with the Empire, lost everything with Daedra, lost everything. Like he walked out on that, and then this was the only thing he had left, and he's just sitting there and had another earth-shattering, like 2 in 1 day, within like a span of half an hour, and just what a tragic character.
But really important though, because I feel like his death was just as important as, or it resembled his life really well, in the fact that nobody really cared. No matter what he did, no matter where he was going, like he was nothing more, not only to Daedra but to the Empire. He was just a thing that was going to help them get to where they wanted, and they didn't care about him at all. And I think it's supposed to be a little bit of a parallel with the Rebellion, where the Rebellion, they do care. This is actually a really weird parallel. But do you remember the episode in Rebels where Zeb and oh gosh, what's the one dude's name?
I know who you're talking about. Zeb and it's Karsus? No.
This is gonna bug me.
The Imperial officer who defects. Right?
Yep. Oh, come on. Callus. Agent Callus.
Callus.
So-
Agent Callus. Sorry, yeah.
It reminds me of when Agent Callus.
They're on the moon. Yeah.
Yep. And Zeb, they're stranded on the moon, and they ultimately end up both getting rescued. And Zeb goes back to his family.
Again, we
and
didn't plan this. This was not rehearsed.
Wait, what?
I was just saying to the audience, this was not planned. This was not rehearsed. He did
Oh,
not
not
feed
even a
me
little.
this information.
Not even a little. But no, so they both ended up having the same outcome, but Zeb got to go back and essentially be happy, find his place with his family. And Callus walks back in limping from the whole thing, and like nobody cares. Nobody cares at all.
There's one officer who's just like, "Oh, you were gone."
Yeah. So it's the same thing for Cyril. Like Cyril was nothing more than a tool in Daedra's or the Empire's or whoever's belt. And the second that he was gone, it didn't matter. And not only that, to your point, even Cassian, who to him, he's been hunting Cassian for years now. And Cassian doesn't even know who he is. Like pretty much his entire venture, because of the system he was a part of, was in vain.
Oh yeah. Truly a tragic character in every way, shape, and form. Dynamic character, very interesting character. showing a lot of really really interesting things about the empire, about the whole way everything was functioning, and how some drone like that could be driven to do all sorts of horrific things. um because even his world came crashing down several times in that day because he realized what he was a part of. He
Hmm.
thought he was doing, I think Cyril, if I'm being fair here, he was kind of an idealist. He was kind of, looking out for good, and he thought he was doing good, and he was, protecting law and order, and being whatever guy, and he truly did believe that. And when all of that, when he finally realized what he was a part of, dude, him with his fucking hands around Deirdre's throat,
Hmm.
threatening to throw her out the window, I'm just like, is this happening? Is this we're watching Star Wars right now? Like what is this? I got chills. That was so intense.
Well, it brings up a really
Sorry, you
good
about to say.
point too, because in different ways, but in a similar vein, both Cyril and Dedra, they believed in the Empire. Like they were loyal.
Oh yeah,
Cyril was lied to,
in their own way.
but like Dedra was like born and raised in this, and she actually like her response is, we're going to be rewarded. Like we are doing good here, and that's what matters. She is, I don't know if success is the right word, but like appraisal. That's how she functions. Like that's all that matters at the end of the day, is that she gets told that she did a good job.
Yeah, she's moving up the rung, moving up the ladder, moving up the thing, getting her getting her praises, getting her whatever, getting her everything, getting her promotions and everything,
Performance
working
based.
within the
That's what I was
system.
looking for.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And she, really and truly believed in that system, and she was just completely brainwashed, brought up in that. Cyril, on the other hand, he was just he truly thought he was doing some good. He truly thought he was looking out. He was that cop on whatever planet it was, and he was just trying to avenge his fallen brothers. And he truly was not a horrible person. He just did some really crappy things, you know.
Mm. All right, so back to our
So
monologue ranking. Are we okay with putting Mon
yes,
Mothma at number 2?
yes, I'm okay with Mothman number 2.
What about 3?
I gotta
We
write
have
them
we have
down.
we
What
have
else do we?
Marva, we have Nemec, we have Saw.
I gotta put Nemec as number 3.
I think because of the placement, I'm gonna agree. If it was
Yeah,
just in season 1, I'd probably put it at 5.
yeah. I think because they brought it back up again at the end with Partagas listening, and it's spreading everywhere and it's doing its whole thing. Brought it back to prominence, and it really, really did highlight everything.
It did.
That
It pulled everything together.
oh man, what an amazing speech. But
All right, and
yeah,
then
I
we
think
got
it'll be
we,
great for number 3.
we got Saw and we got Marva. I'm inclined for Saw for the reasons that I said before with Marva, but I feel like Marva is what most people would say.
I don't know. I mean, Saw to me, that speech didn't really like. It didn't stand out as much to me personally. I think it was
He called the
fine. It was
bombs his
cool.
sister. Like that's crazy.
Wait, which one? What?
Saw when he was
Yeah,
talking about the Rhydonium when he was breathing it in.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I thought it was cool. It was fine. It was just like, oh, that's why he's like on a breather. That's why he's like all sorts of messed up and stuff. That's why I saw as a madman. Oh, okay. Um, I don't know. That one to me didn't quite hit as hard just personally. But happy to be told that I'm wrong and that it was actually amazing and I just don't know what I'm talking about.
All right, I think we'll do Marva at 4, and then we'll do Saw at 5. How's that
Okay.
sound?
I'm good with that.
All right, there's our official Andor monologue rankings. I know that everyone was here for that.
Yo, are there any other monologues that we are missing that anybody thinks,
So
rises above?
Grandpire called that Krennic's interrogation scene. I'm guessing the one with Dedra, which that one was a little bit bone chilling because like when he puts his finger on top of her head and he was like, "Well, if you're not a rebel spy, make a pretty good one."
Oh, oh, that one. Oh, that was rough. That was a good one. That was the interrogation was definitely a solid scene. Oh man. What scene gave you like the most chills?
Oh, so
Because
the
like
one that
that
we're
one,
missing right now is Kino.
oh my god, One Way Out. How'd we
No,
forget One Way Out?
okay, it's because it's not really quite a monologue. Like it's memorable. Like when you said what gives you
Yeah.
chills, that's what made me think of it. It's not quite a monologue though. More of a chant.
All right, we'll give it 5A.
Okay. I had okay, so speed round of new questions. What was the most surprising thing out of the whole series that came out of it for you?
The most surprise season 2 or season 1 or
I
just
would say the
everything?
series.
The most surprising thing?
Yeah, what thing shocked you the most? You're like, oh, they did that.
That's a tough one. I really got to think about that because a lot of it was just, it was done so well that a lot of it really didn't surprise me. And I think that's almost like a compliment to the show because everything felt like it fit. Everything that the Empire did felt like it made sense. Everything that the Rebellion did felt like it made sense. Nothing was really all that surprising because it all felt like it just worked within the lore, within the universe, within the everything. It all just really felt like, oh yeah, this works. This is it's just how it is. And nothing really was like all that and like threw me off too much. Most surprising thing they did, um, maybe like killing off some of the characters, I think was maybe a little bit surprising. Like Brasso, I wish would have helped, would have survived for a little bit longer. Some of the things I thought were a little bit out there. Um, I kind of thought that Bix was gonna die. I didn't think that she was going to leave and be pregnant and stuff. So that definitely surprised me. But yeah, not a whole lot of like the actual show surprised me. Like a few little details were, but some of the moments.
I was surprised that she was around and lived as long as she did because like that was one thing that I was curious about, especially once season 2 opened up with kind of them being together. I'm like, I've seen Rogue One. Cassian's kissing someone else. Like, what like
He's not. He didn't actually kiss anybody. Like they just had like a nice embrace at the end as they were dying.
is that what you call it?
I watched it. All right, literally nothing happened. Because I was curious again. I was like, oh, hold on. Everyone says they were hooking up and stuff. Let me go watch this again. And as I'm watching Rogue One, like literally nothing happened. I mean, there may have been some, there may have been some implications over there, implying a little bit, but as far as we saw, nothing happened.
So is this like how the same nothing we saw happen between Kanan and Hera?
I mean, she was still pissed off that he was responsible for her father's death. So, I mean, it's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, and realistically, there probably wasn't even enough time within the span of that movie, so it's probably fair. But anyways,
But no, Kanan and Hera was that was a front. They were very very blatant about that.
I don't think they
They
were.
were not.
Other than the episode of him dying, like there was like zero romance the entire time. But again, look at what the show was intended for.
That's
so
true. Yeah, that is absolutely absolutely a good point.
but
That is for
also, they had plenty of time. Like Rogue One, there was like no time. Like that was like from one thing to the next to the
Yeah.
next to the next. There was no in between time for something to really happen off screen.
that whole movie happened in a couple of days. You know,
But
Minus
no,
flashbacks.
so yeah, most surprising. I think most surprising thing for me is what they do with Bix, and I don't know. It's a trope that I don't know if I'm fully on board with yet. Like, because they kind of did this in Obi-Wan too, where there's like some relative of a character that we know and love, and I have a hard time finding that important. Like, you know how Obi-Wan talks about how he has a brother,
Oh yeah.
and then like Cassian as a kid, like I don't. I guess maybe this is just Star Wars because Star Wars is ultimately kind of about family, you know. See Darth Vader / Luke Skywalker, but
Family.
I don't know how much like stock there is in that. Like I'm like Cassian as a kid. I mean, okay, what's the kid gonna do? Is he gonna fight against Darth Krayt? Like what's happening here?
The Cassian as has a kid thing, I think, was more meant to give a little bit more weight to Cassian's sacrifice and everything. You know, when I forgot her name, but like when the one rebel was saying, you know, you should probably go talk to Bix before it's too late. You know, for whatever. Try and see what she's up to. You know, she's better. And he was just like, oh, she's safer without me. I think it just sort of adds a bit more weight to his sacrifice. You know, the things that he'll never see, he'll never get to experience, he'll never get to to live and have and everything. And so it's like he gave up everything
Mm.
for the rebellion. So
Or
that was
maybe
more how I was
symbolizing that
thinking that.
also like hope lives on or something like that.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of ways to look at it. I was mostly taking it as this is what he gave up. But yeah, giving him a hope, you know, as Shar and Chat says, giving the audience hope for the future. You know, maybe he can be some crazy pilot, help out the rebellion, the resistance, the whatever, as things go on. Who the hell knows?
Yeah, that's fair. All right,
Um,
so that was most shocking. Next question: Do you think Star Wars, the community, so to speak, is ready for the same level or more adult themes? Because one of the things that we saw in Andor was really for the first time some incredibly adult themes. I mean, season
oh
one,
yeah,
I'm gonna censor myself here. The location that it opens up in, very adult centered. What Cassian does to the guard.
it's a brothel.
Well,
I mean,
what Cassian does to the guard, where he's essentially begging for his life and he kills him anyways. Season two, with the whole scene with Bix in the very beginning, how I always say his name right, Partagast, like how he dies, like all of these things are pretty much
do we have
unprecedented.
to use YouTube safe words like unalive yourself?
Probably. But to that point, Wolf, do you think Star Wars? I'll go as far. Does it need more of this, or was this like micro dosage about as far as it should go?
I think that this proved that Star Wars fans can handle this stuff.
Mm.
That Star Wars fans can be, can do more than just content that is made for kids, that is like cartoony, that is, oh, the good guy is always this, and this is all always bright and whatnot. This proved that we're a more mature audience that is capable of dealing with these sort of things. Um, I think that we'll probably see some of this in the future. I would not expect to see much of it though. I think most of it is gonna be more stuff like Mando, more stuff like Ahsoka, more stuff like that sort of sort of things, and then it'll be a few and far between. We'll get stuff like Andor. This is like one of those jewels in the crown and that sort of stuff. And that this is not going to be like the par for the course going forwards. I'm thinking that we'll get this every once in a while. We've proved that we're capable of handling it, but most of it is not going to be along these lines. You know,
Yeah, it's the same opinion I hold. I think I think if they do it in moderation, like with a series here and there, and probably more often than not, and ones that aren't super crucial. Not to say that what happens in Andor wasn't important, but the build up for what happened in Andor has already happened. We've already seen Rogue One. We've already seen A New Hope. Basically, what I'm getting at is I think they would have an issue developing a series with a lot of adult themes that was also crucial to understanding something in the future. I think about Deadpool in this way too.
Okay.
They've been able to do a lot of stuff with Deadpool. I'm not sure if Deadpool will ever have like the most important movie that leads into an Avengers movie. He might be in the Avengers movie, and it might be like nice to know who he is to go into that. But I don't think he will be in like one of the leading things, because the second you tell your entire audience that you have to watch something that's very isolated, that just becomes a little bit counterintuitive.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But someone made the comment of the Gorman massacre too. That was Asher. It's nuts. So I was watching. I had already watched the episode, and I was watching it a second time with my wife. And I don't know. Is the Gorman massacre what happens later? Is that what, like, Tarkin landing his ship?
That was so Tarkin landing his ship was the Tarkin massacre. The Gorman massacre was what we saw on screen with them just going and plowing through all the people in the city square.
So whatever one
that was the massacre.
Whatever one the ship one was, I was watching that.
That was called the Tarkin massacre.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to the Tarkin massacre, I was watching that with my wife, and she kind of looks at me and she's like that's kind of insane. Like it's a really grotesque idea that some military leader, like I guess in our terms it would be a tank because we don't have spaceships or whatever, but just I'm just going to crush not even like I don't know what I'm expecting. Like I feel like sometimes when annihilation stuff happens, it's done like you just I'm drifting too far into other territory here. But like that's a really grotesque way to kill someone by landing a ship on them. That's disgusting. Like that really that speaks to the evil that the Empire was.
But they made a point of that. They said more people gathered in that area because they figured the more of them that were there, the more protection they had. There was no way, if there was like maybe 10 people there, maybe the Empire wouldn't have cared so much. But they were like, oh, maybe there's 100 people there. Maybe there's 500 people there. Maybe they'll finally care. So they piled in there and figured maybe the strength and protection in numbers, and it just made things worse.
Yeah, it didn't matter at all.
It did not matter in the slightest.
Well, and also, I guess it is a little bit more consistent with this character too. Like while it isn't as grotesque, being willing to destroy an entire planet fully populated with people, like it's at least consistent with Tarkin's character. Oh,
Tarkin, that dude was cold. Oh man, that dude was cold. Oh man, yeah, that is just. I fully believe that he would just land his ship on a bunch of people and just would not care less. Absolutely.
Yeah, he'd probably make a comment of something like, it's like, well, are they going to get out of the way? And the Imperial officer tells him, I don't think so. And he's like, okay, that's...
You just be like,
then land.
You have your orders.
What do you mean? I mean land.
I mean, you have your orders. He's like, oh, okay. All right, jeez. Yeah, that dude did not mess around. No, that is for sure. Yeah, Gorman later. All right, what else we got? We got our lightning rounds.
I think that was about it for me. Did you have anything else that you wanted to address? Do you want to go over?
We covered.
We very chaotically covered a lot.
Yeah, I tried to bounce back around a lot here and there. I think that here's the last thing that I want to bring up. I think it is apparently Tony Gilroy has confirmed that this is not the case. I think it's absolutely crazy that Cassian and Clea are not brother and sister. Like when you look at
Oh
the young
yeah.
Clea over there, like in the ship, she looks like the young, like Cassian's sister over there. And they show a flashback scene right after Clea, and she's in the rain, and just it's right there. How is this not the case? It's just is crazy.
So I do remember thinking that. I'm trying to remember where exactly. I was like, oh, are they? And then I kind of like put some more things together. I'm like, no, that doesn't quite make sense. I wonder if that was the original intention though, because it does line up pretty much perfectly.
Because in the last like group of episodes over there, they show Luthen, they show young Clea, and she's like this, wild-haired person that he picked up as they're going through whatever planet they're invading and everything. And then later on in the end of the finale, right after showing Clea standing in the rain, they show a flashback to Cassian and his sister, saying "Casa" like as he's going away and everything, and it looks exactly like young Clay. It's like, why would they bring that up if they're not going to make that connection? It just blows my mind. It just, I don't know why they wouldn't do that. I don't know why they did do that. It just
Well,
I
because
feel like
it
it should be
matches
a
up
thing.
too. Like both Clea and Cassian essentially got invaded by the Empire when they were kids. And both of them essentially got saved. Luthen saving Clea, and then Marvis saving Cassian. So I do agree with you. It almost feels a little bit like teasing at that point. Like you get that close, but actually don't commit.
And just the positioning of everything, just the way things are. Whereas like Marva says, "Oh, the Empire's going to come clean them up. Oh, the Empire's going to be here to do everything." It's like she's foreshadowing Luthen coming in to kill Cassian. Like it's all right there. Why did they not make that connection? But apparently Luthen. Apparently Tony Gilroy has confirmed that they are not related, and I think it's really just a missed opportunity.
Oh, I do. I don't know. To a certain extent, though, I do appreciate when they don't like try to go all in and be like, "Oh yeah, everything in the whole universe is connected." Like some things aren't. Like some things just have to kind of be that way, you know.
Oh yeah, that I get absolutely.
But
this was one of those things where it seemed like it was.
To your point, they got eerily close. Like they got really close to this being a thing, and then not.
Yeah.
But all right. So Wolf, thank you very much for your time.
Yo, absolutely.
Pleasure also, again, thank you for being very willing to do this on pretty much no notice at all.
Sounds good. Yo, I'm down for it. We're gonna do some collabs, some BS, and whatever, whether it be Andor or whatnot. I'm here for it.
I appreciate it. All right, so we are going to be getting our raid on. So YouTube, I think we're sending you guys over to Darth Local Tour. So thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you all. And until the next time, stay awesome.